I am VISHNU of Kendriya Vidyalaya, Ashok, Nagar, Chennai region. I have participated in 42nd National Science and Mathematical Exhibition 2015. I have got first prize in storytelling based on science discoveries. Throughout the history of science, we have seen that many major activities and discoveries came accidentally. Sometimes they came from recognizing the potential of unaccepted product, or even at times from a failed recipe switch, which turned accident into serendipity. The whole modern chemical industry is attributed to accidental discoveries. Here goes the story. During the 19th century, the whole world was floating with a new type of waste, that is coal tar. It is nothing but a sticky, stinky, awful muck that is left over after converting coal into gaslight. Before others discovered that it could be used for paving the roads, the head of the London's chemistry college had a different idea. He thought if he got the chemistry right, he would give the world a new kind of medicine which will be very cheap and affordable for all. For that, he appointed one of his students, William Perkins, to take up the job of coal tar and convert the gunk into quinine. First, what was he supposed to do? He just gathered up all the information about the coal and the quinine. He got that the stuff of this was similar to the quinine that was used for anti-malarial medicine at those times. And even now it's used. He first added those materials which possess the properties of quinine and removed the other wasteful byproducts which were not useful. But he wasn't successful in achieving what he wanted. He got reddish black powder instead of getting off-white crystals. Then he made a couple of changes to that, but even then he didn't get the correct answer. He was not satisfied. What was he supposed to do this time? He then added few drops of alcohol to that to make the soluble. So what he saw this time was astonishing. He saw a breathtaking bubble coming out as a product of the reaction. He then worked on it and got that this was the purple dye which was used for coloring the silk those times. Earlier, it used to come from exotic crushed snails which had the deposits of calcium carbonate. But now it came from garbage. Isn't it interesting? So, friends, he started the first artificial dye factory in the year 1856. And it was very useful because middle class people were also able to afford to that. So what we come to know from this story is, if you do not get a solution for a problem, don't just quit that. Work on it again and again. Who knows, you may be the pioneer of another discovery, you may be another Dr. Graham Bell or Albert Einstein. So think it over. I hope you like the story and the moral too. Thank you. I am VISHNU of Kendriya Vidyalaya, Ashok, Nagar, Chennai region. I have participated in 42nd National Science and Mathematical Exhibition 2015. I have chosen the topic transport, under which I have made this hovercraft. Hovercraft, it is also known as air cushion vehicle, which can be used on land as well as on water. Let's see how it works. So here goes the hovercraft. This motor, which is situated in this opposite direction of the hovercraft, gives up the air to this direction so that the vacuum is created over this area. Particles will move from this area to this area, therefore by moving this hovercraft forward. And this propeller, which is situated in this middle part of the hovercraft, will give air to this skirt to lift up and provide this peak. Now let us see how it works on water. Now let's see the advantages and uses of this hovercraft. If suppose two military troops are fighting against each other, if they want to get rid of their enemies, they can use this hovercraft and go into the forest. And if they want to escape from their enemies, they can use the same hovercraft and go deep into the sea. It's also used for rescue operations. If suppose an accident takes place in the mid of the sea, where can they search for the hospitals? There are no hospitals there. So this hovercraft comes into action. It has its own inbuilt ICU and other units and other wards where they can shift the victims to this hovercraft. They can treat them here and they can get hospitalized in the land. and it's also used for trading purposes. Instead of using dual transport, they can use the hovercraft for both land and water transportation, and it will also contribute to our country's GDP if we use it for tourism. These are the advantages of the hovercraft. Now let's see what more this hovercraft does. It's not fuel consumptioning. It's using only battery, so we are reducing the usage of the fossil fuels, thereby we are eco-friendly. And it reduces the cost of dual transport. Instead of using two transport, one for land and other for the water, we can use the same hovercraft for both the purposes.